Picture this: you're scrolling through your phone, drowning in financial stress, when you stumble across a book that promises to unlock the mindset of one of America's most controversial yet undeniably successful businessmen. Today, we're diving deep into Donald Trump's Think Like a Billionaire, a book that sparked heated debates but also transformed countless entrepreneurial journeys. Whether you love him or hate him, Trump's business strategies have generated billions, and this book reveals the raw, unfiltered thinking behind his empire. Published in 2004, Think Like a Billionaire emerged during Trump's golden era of business success, long before his political career overshadowed his entrepreneurial achievements. This book captures Trump at his most confident, sharing the mental frameworks and strategic approaches that built his real estate empire and established him as a household name in American business culture. The book represents more than just another business memoir. It's a window into the psychological patterns that separate ordinary entrepreneurs from those who create generational wealth. Trump doesn't merely recount his victories, he dissects the decision-making processes, risk assessment methods, and negotiation tactics that enabled him to navigate complex deals worth hundreds of millions of dollars. What makes this book particularly fascinating is its timing. Written during the height of his reality television fame with The Apprentice, Trump had reached a unique position where he could reflect on decades of business experience while still actively building his empire. The book captures his philosophy during a period when he was simultaneously managing massive construction projects, television production, and brand licensing deals. The writing style is characteristically direct and unapologetic, matching Trump's public persona. He doesn't sugarcoat failures or diminish the role of luck and timing in his success. Instead, he provides a brutally honest assessment of what it takes to think beyond conventional limitations and pursue opportunities that others consider impossible. Think Like a Billionaire functions as both a business strategy guide and a mindset transformation manual. Trump's central thesis revolves around the idea that extraordinary wealth creation requires fundamentally different thinking patterns than those employed by average entrepreneurs. He argues that most people limit themselves through conventional wisdom and risk-averse decision-making, while billionaires embrace uncertainty and view massive challenges as opportunities for exponential growth. The book is structured around key principles that Trump believes separate successful moguls from struggling business owners. He emphasizes the importance of thinking bigger than your current circumstances, negotiating from positions of strength, and maintaining unwavering confidence even during setbacks. Trump shares specific examples from his career, including major real estate acquisitions, casino developments, and brand licensing agreements that demonstrate these principles in action. One of the book's most compelling aspects is its focus on psychological preparation for high-stakes business environments. Trump discusses how successful entrepreneurs must develop emotional resilience, strategic patience, and the ability to make decisions with incomplete information. He argues that fear of failure paralyzes most potential entrepreneurs, preventing them from pursuing opportunities that could transform their financial circumstances. The book also addresses practical elements of wealth building, including team selection, market analysis, and timing strategies. Trump explains how he identifies emerging opportunities before they become obvious to competitors, and how he structures deals to maximize potential returns while minimizing personal risk exposure. Throughout the narrative, Trump maintains that success requires more than just good ideas or hard work. He believes that extraordinary achievements demand extraordinary thinking, and that most people never reach their potential because they never expand their mental frameworks to accommodate billionaire-level possibilities. The first major concept Trump explores is the psychology of thinking beyond conventional limitations. He argues that most entrepreneurs sabotage themselves by accepting industry standards and conventional wisdom as unchangeable facts. Trump shares his experience with the Trump Tower project, where he refused to accept standard height restrictions and negotiated with city officials to create one of Manhattan's most iconic buildings. This example illustrates his belief that extraordinary results require challenging assumptions that others take for granted. Trump's second major principle focuses on the art of negotiation as a wealth-building tool. He explains that every business interaction is essentially a negotiation, and that successful entrepreneurs must master the ability to create win-win scenarios while maximizing their own advantages. The book details his approach to acquiring the Commodore Hotel, which he transformed into the Grand Hyatt. Trump describes how he negotiated favorable financing terms, secured tax abatements, and structured partnership agreements that multiplied his initial investment many times over. The third key concept involves strategic risk management and calculated gambling. Trump distinguishes between reckless speculation and intelligent risk-taking, arguing that billionaires excel at identifying opportunities where potential rewards significantly outweigh potential losses. He discusses his casino ventures in Atlantic City, explaining how he analysed market conditions, secured favourable regulatory approvals, and positioned himself to benefit from the gaming industry's expansion. Trump's fourth principle centres on the importance of brand building and personal reputation management. He explains how he transformed his family name into a valuable asset that could be licensed across multiple industries. The book details his strategy for maintaining media presence, controlling public perception, and leveraging fame to create new business opportunities. Trump argues that modern entrepreneurs must think like entertainers and marketers, not just business operators. The fifth major concept focuses on team building and delegation strategies. Trump emphasises that billionaire-level success requires surrounding yourself with exceptional talent and creating systems that can operate without constant supervision. He shares examples of key personnel decisions that significantly impacted his business outcomes, including his approach to hiring executives, managing creative teams, and maintaining accountability across large organisations. Trump's sixth principle addresses the importance of timing and market awareness. He explains how successful entrepreneurs must develop the ability to recognise emerging trends before they become mainstream opportunities. The book discusses his entry into the reality television market with The Apprentice, showing how he identified entertainment as a vehicle for brand expansion and revenue diversification. The seventh key concept involves financial leverage and creative deal structuring. Trump explains how he uses other people's money to fund major projects while maintaining control of outcomes. He details specific financing strategies, including his use of banks, investors, and government incentives to maximise capital efficiency and minimise personal financial exposure. The final major principle focuses on resilience and recovery from setbacks. Trump candidly discusses his financial difficulties in the early 1990s, explaining how he navigated bankruptcy proceedings and rebuilt his empire. He argues that true entrepreneurial success requires the ability to learn from failures, adapt strategies, and maintain confidence during challenging periods. The first crucial takeaway is that extraordinary wealth creation begins with expanding your mental frameworks beyond conventional limitations. Most entrepreneurs limit themselves by accepting industry standards, traditional financing methods, and conventional wisdom as unchangeable realities. Trump demonstrates that billionaires consistently challenge these assumptions and create new possibilities through innovative thinking and strategic persistence. The second key lesson involves mastering negotiation as a fundamental business skill. Every interaction, from supplier relationships to partnership agreements, presents opportunities to create value through skillful negotiation. Trump's approach emphasizes preparation, understanding counterpart motivations, and structuring agreements that provide long-term advantages while maintaining positive relationships. The third takeaway focuses on the importance of calculated risk-taking versus reckless speculation. Successful entrepreneurs must develop the ability to analyze potential outcomes, identify favorable risk-reward ratios, and make decisions with incomplete information. Trump's examples show how intelligent risk assessment can lead to exponential returns when applied systematically. The fourth lesson emphasizes brand building as a wealth multiplication strategy. In today's marketplace, personal and company brands can become valuable assets that generate revenue across multiple industries. Trump's experience demonstrates how strategic brand development can create licensing opportunities, premium pricing power, and expansion possibilities that extend far beyond core business operations. The fifth key takeaway involves the critical importance of team building and organizational development. Billionaire-level success requires creating systems and recruiting talent that can execute complex strategies without constant supervision. Trump's approach to personnel management shows how the right team can multiply individual capabilities and create sustainable competitive advantages. The sixth lesson addresses the significance of timing and market awareness in entrepreneurial success. Successful entrepreneurs must develop the ability to recognize emerging trends, technological shifts, and cultural changes before they become obvious to competitors. Trump's ventures demonstrate how early market entry can create dominant positions and exceptional returns. The seventh takeaway focuses on financial leverage and creative deal structuring as wealth-building tools. Understanding how to use other people's money, structure favourable agreements, and minimise personal risk exposure can dramatically accelerate wealth accumulation. Trump's financing strategies show how creative deal making can transform modest investments into major fortunes. The eighth key lesson involves developing emotional resilience and recovery strategies for inevitable setbacks. Every entrepreneurial journey includes failures, market downturns, and unexpected challenges. Trump's experience with financial difficulties illustrates how successful entrepreneurs view setbacks as learning opportunities and maintain confidence during difficult periods. The ninth takeaway emphasizes the importance of continuous learning and adaptation in dynamic markets. Successful entrepreneurs must stay informed about industry developments, technological changes, and competitive threats while remaining flexible enough to adjust strategies when circumstances change. Trump's career demonstrates how adaptability can turn challenges into opportunities. The 10th and final lesson focuses on the power of persistence and long-term thinking in wealth creation. Building extraordinary wealth requires sustained effort, strategic patience, and the ability to maintain focus on long-term objectives despite short-term obstacles. Trump's examples show how consistent application of sound principles can compound over time to create remarkable results. Think Like a Billionaire offers a fascinating glimpse into the mindset and strategies that enabled Trump to build his business empire. While readers may have varying opinions about Trump's personality and later political career, the book contains valuable insights about entrepreneurial thinking, risk management, and wealth creation that transcend political considerations. The book's greatest strength lies in its practical examples and specific strategies rather than abstract theories. Trump's willingness to share both successes and failures provides readers with realistic expectations about entrepreneurial challenges while demonstrating how persistence and strategic thinking can overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. For aspiring entrepreneurs, the book offers a framework for expanding mental limitations and approaching business opportunities with greater confidence and strategic sophistication. Trump's emphasis on negotiation skills, brand building, and calculated risk-taking provides actionable guidance for readers seeking to accelerate their wealth-building efforts. However, readers should approach the book with critical thinking and adapt Trump's strategies to their own circumstances and ethical frameworks. The principles of thinking bigger, negotiating effectively, and building valuable brands remain relevant regardless of personal opinions about the author. Ultimately, Think Like a Billionaire serves as both inspiration and instruction for entrepreneurs willing to challenge conventional wisdom and pursue extraordinary results. The book's enduring value lies not in copying Trump's specific tactics, but in adopting the mental frameworks and strategic approaches that enable extraordinary wealth creation in any industry or market condition.